Hello, welcome to this lecture video. So today we will be discussing problem solving heuristics. So this is actually an introduction of our topic on problem solving heuristic. So I am teacher Melai. So let us start with the question, what is heuristics? So heuristic is simply a tactics or a strategies. So these are tactics and strategies in solving problems. Okay, now for me to introduce this topic, let me share first to you two manuscript or research articles about problem solving heuristics. So the first one is on metacognitive strategy knowledge used through mathematical problem solving among pre-service teachers. So this is my manuscript that is published in American Journal of Education Research in 2016. And another manuscript is entitled Mathematical Problem Solving Strategies Among Student Teachers, which is published in the Journal on Efficiency and Responsibility in Education and Science in the year 2018. So let me share to you the findings of the study. So the first one is as a final output of the metacognitive strategy knowledge. So I came up with this framework. So after conducting a grounded theory about it, so this is the final metacognitive strategy knowledge framework. So it is a framework that shows that there are, as supported by a lot of the studies, factors that influence a problem solver or a learner in solving problems. So some of the factors are time limit, beliefs, attitudes, and learning style. And the outer circle, so we have the bigger circle. The bigger circle consists of the four major processes, which is also supported by Polias, though I made use of a different term. So as you can see here, the first one is read and understand, followed by exploration and devise the plan, carry out, and assessment. So with this, I have here inner circles. So for the inner circles, it is the metacognitive strategy knowledge, and I termed it as preparatory metacognitive strategy knowledge, productive metacognitive strategy knowledge, and evaluation metacognitive strategy knowledge. So this metacognitive strategy knowledge are actually some of the reason why the learner or the problem solver may move to one step to another step. So this is, it acts like a force or an action that leads them to another step, so as to come up with idea or solution to a problem. So let me first consider the first one, which is connected to the first step, the read and understand. So as you can see here, we have here the double-headed arrow. So which means that in doing this preparatory metacognitive strategy knowledge, the student is actually coming up with understanding and the reading of the problem. So in doing that, so what is the preparatory metacognitive strategy knowledge? So this is constructing meaning to the problem. It is developing and coming up with an understanding of what to do. So this can be in terms of visualizing, listing, rereading, asking questions, and others. While for the production metacognitive strategy knowledge. So these are the metacognitive strategy knowledge that are used in exploration and devising a plan and in carrying out the plan. So these are the methods like exploring or discovering, speculating, reflecting, exploring, formulating a plan, reflecting a feasibility of the plan, breaking down plan, assessing plan, applying plan, reflecting on correctness of the actions. While for the last step, it is assessment, and the metacognitive strategy knowledge used during this stage is the evaluation metacognitive strategy knowledge. So these are reading the problem, assessing the problem, asking if the answers make sense, deciding to accept or to reject the solution, reflecting on the entire solution, and or reflecting on the mathematics rigor involved. And then, you can also see here, so it's not a linear or neither, it's also not just a cyclical. So because of course, from one step, it can move to another metacognitive strategy knowledge, and then to another step, going back to that stage or procedure. And then at the end part, so from assessment, so going back to read and understand, and an arrow pointing to this as a problem posing, which means right after doing all the problems or after solving the problems, it is also possible that the learner or the problem solver come up with another problem which is related to the previous problem. Okay, so for the next one, so let us also consider the next one. So for the second manuscripts on problem solving strategies, so actually I was able to term these strategies in general as cognitive, metacognitive, and other strategies. So for the cognitive strategies, so we have here, I was able to came up with 3, and these are rehearsal, elaborations, and organization. So for the rehearsal, so it is the cognitive strategy wherein the student reread the problem or recalling past lessons. For elaboration, so this is the strategy wherein the students underline some important details or selecting important details such as words, numbers found in the problem. So it can also be asking the self or asking self questions related to solving. And then for the organization, so this is methods like using of drawing or coming up with a drawing, tables to better organize what is asked in the problem. So it is also making connection between parts of the problems. And then for the metacognitive strategy knowledge, so there are actually 2 types revealed in the study, and these are critical thinking and self-regulation. So for critical thinking, so this is estimating outcomes, relating problems in daily life, selecting or choosing only important numbers or details in the problems, and asking oneself if the answer makes sense. While for self-regulation, it is answering the question, how do you know that you have solved the problems correctly, and what are your bases and what makes you think it is correct? Well, for the third one, I also came up with another strategy, and I call it as other strategies because I was trying to classify whether it is just a simply metacognitive or cognitive. However, it seems that it is an overlapping strategies. That's why I just termed it other strategies. So it is it talks about strategies that overlaps, and these are predictions, orientations, planning, monitoring, and evaluating. So these are the other strategies. Now, in the relation to that two manuscript, actually, we are going to deal with the same metacognitive strategy knowledge and also problem solvings, except that in the mentioned manuscript, I tried to classify it into strategies like metacognitive and cognitive strategies. Okay, so in this lesson, we will be focusing only in the following. So the first one is to search for a pattern and formulate conjectures, make a diagram, letter C, organize data and use logic, letter D, modify the problem, letter E, divide into cases, letter F, consider extreme cases, letter G, look for symmetry, choose effective notation, work backward, pursue parity and color, and prove. So in the next videos, we will be talking about this different problem solving strategies. So for now, thank you for watching.